This is kind of our opening video, and this is the one we decided we're going to start with. This here we have a 2007 BMW 650i. We need to change an alternator. I've watched quite a few videos on how to do this, and every one of them seems like a nightmare. From taking the suspension off to removing the water pump, all this other mess, and I think I finally cracked it. Still a headache, and that's why we're with Harmon's Headaches. You know, this is what it is. I'm Stuart Harmon. My wonderful camera guy here is my son, Alec Harmon. You'll see him in and out. And what we're going to do is we're just kind of jump into this video, and I'm going to show you kind of what I've done up to this point to figure out how to get this alternator out with as little ease as possible. Hopefully, like as little pain as possible. So we'll go ahead and bring you in. We're going to look at it, and we're going to kind of show you. What I've done here is we've took the intake off. We've disconnected the water pump. Not the water pump, the upper radiator hose. It's really simple. BMW's really nice to have these clips. Hey, American Motors, like, figure this stuff out, okay? Because this is really good. And then we look down in here. Done already took the belt off, and I changed a couple pulleys. But the biggest thing is that you don't see the fan. Because right down here, you kind of see what there. That's the alternator, and there was like this much space. When we go back in, we'll show you this, but there's like this much space to get this alternator out. And I decided that after looking it up and down and everything like that, I didn't want to take a whole bunch of stuff off, so I removed the fan and the oil cooler, which I have over here. Very simple pieces, fan, oil cooler, all one piece, comes out, 2 bolts, a couple other things. You just got to take some supports off. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to get in here and we're going to take the alternator loose. It is a 16 millimeter socket. We're gonna use 3/8. Yep, I don't have the fancy tools. It's poor man's world, you know, so we'll just do what we got here. We're gonna break this loose, hopefully without breaking it. Real simple there. There's another bolt clear back here in the back. Kind of see it. There you go. One finger loose. The other wonderful thing about these alternators is there's a pulley attached to them. So, I've already got the new one prepped, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We might have to take that pulley off to get this one out. Don't know for sure. We're about to find out. Here's your long bolt. Thank God that wasn't very tight. Take your short bolt. Now, when you pull this out, you're gonna have to go underneath. I probably won't show you that. We'll get what we can and show you that. Go underneath, and we'll show you the electrical that we have to put in there. Pull. Here's your short bolt. Put these out of the way so we don't lose them. Pull this ahead. Hopefully, we got it loose. Well, we got it loose. How to get it out? Well, that's what we're here to figure out, you know. Like I thought, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to take that pulley off. Get your little clip here, pull this. It's just got a cover on it, and you gotta get a Torx bit. And that Torx bit for those is like here, good old T50. Should take it right off. Now in this whole process, I'll show you some specialty tools I built, so you can get bolts and stuff out of the way and get this out. Now, by all means, I am not a professional, so don't take my word for gospel. Give me a second. Let's get this loose enough here. Get this pulley off here. Ease some of the pain, suffering to get this thing out of here. Good thing I'm changing this pulley because this one is pretty shot. That's not too bad, but definitely needs a change. So you can't slid that out a little bit more. Now, how does the rest of it happen? I think this is where I got to go underneath the car. Yay, underneath the car. Okay, let me see what I got from here and we'll get back to it. Alright, this is day 2. Now we fought this a little bit and went on a pause, but figured it out how to get this thing out, and I'll show you kind of some things I did here. Number 1, you see this large line here. This is your power steering line, comes from power steering pump. I don't believe you actually need to take this out. However, it did give me some room to see what was going on. So I kind of pushed it up around the way. And then if you look down here, we have the alternator out. So it is actually out. You see it pulled ahead. And on the back side here, you can see, let me get a light here. You can see the electrical connections. The nut for the one wire, it is a 13 millimeter. It is on there pretty tight, so when you put it back on, make sure it's fairly tight. I also took out the water pump line, running to the water pump over here. I just took it completely out. It's this little bitty line right here. This one goes to your pump. It's easy to take out. I recommend taking it out so you don't mess it up. And yeah, go from there. It comes out fairly easy once you figure out how to do it. You kind of got to put it at an angle and just kind of wiggle it around until it finally comes out. And then it slides ahead enough to where you can get to the electrical connections, which we'll go ahead and take off here. Let me see if I can get out far enough where I can actually just mess with them up top. Here, watch this connection. We don't want to break this. Ooh, where did that go? Gotta figure out where that went. That wasn't supposed to be disconnected, so gotta make sure we don't put some of these wires in bind here. So this wire here is here, and that comes out of the way. You can get your electrical bracket out of the way here, which this bracket actually bolts through the hole on to hold your alternator on, and this holds this wire here, which is your main power wire. Once you can kind of angle it a little bit, you can then work it out to get to it a little bit better. Now, I did succeed in doing what I wanted to do, which the main thing was create more room to be able to get, make sure this isn't broke or nothing, to be able to get the alternator out so I can work on it. And we removed, by removing the fan, we really eliminated the bigger headache of what other people are seeing doing the suspension or taking out the water pump. Now from here, you take the bolt off the alternator, which I gotta find the right tool, which I don't have handy. We'll go through here and find it. It'll be a 13 millimeter. Pardon my garage, it's a dang mess, along with my toolbox. Most people are organized, however, I kind of live in the chaos. 13 millimeter, pretty sure that's the right one. Yep. Oh, and like I thought, it's going to be fairly tight, so we're going to get up here where we can work on it. So. Oh, the joys. Nope. Careful there. Well, they really didn't want this off here. I don't want to ruin anything else, so I'm gonna get a different tool and get that off there. I'm not sure what yet, but we'll get it. So with a little bit more leverage, maybe. Or let's just get another wrench. Use ratcheting wrench, and the other one works just fine. Double wrench method here. Or not. Try not to break anything here, which, there we go. Use some body weight. There we are. I do see something interesting on this alternator that we're going to take into account. Look, somehow this backside got busted. So let's figure out what caused that. I have a feeling from when I looked earlier, there's a hose clamp here that's in the way, and that looks like it to me. I might just lose that hose clamp and turn it. And
also, part of it was the radiator.
Might have to take that hose clamp off and completely redo it. Yeah, it's too much. Okay, so got that alternator out. Went ahead and connected the new one, and pretty much from here on out, it's just redoing, putting everything back together from what you took apart. I'll weasel this in here. Hopefully it goes better than coming out. Just a way to finagle it and push it in there. All right, so I didn't show you all, but we put the car back together. A couple things I want to tell you, kind of make your life easy, is number one, when you go to take the radiator oil, the fan, the oil cooler out, I recommend getting you a 6mm Allen wrench, just like this, and cut it down. It's going to make that bottom bolt. That's about the only way you're going to get the bottom bolt for the oil cooler lines off. Is you got to cut it down, and then it's a long, tedious journey putting it back in. A couple other things I want to do. You're going to need a 16mm socket, 13mm end wrench, a T55 Torx bit for the tensioner pulley so you can release tension on your belt. The fancy tools don't really work. And you'll need, I believe it's a T40 or T45. T50. You'll need a T50 as well, and that's if you're going to change your idler pulleys. So a little quick deal on that aspect. I also recommend, if you don't have one of these, this little hose clamp tool. It's got two ends. Highly recommend one of these. This makes your life easy. And then as I continue putting this car back together, I wish you good luck, and hopefully this video finds you well. Yes, I did a condensed version. I don't really think you want to listen to me talk for an hour and a half. So anyways, good luck, and we'll see you next time.